Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. In the last part, we beat the Desert Palace, and now we're heading on towards the third dungeon, which, if you check your map, is actually at the top of the mountains here. This is Death Mountain. Something that's I think even at this point a Zelda staple even in the series. And by this point, I mean back in the Link to the Past times. Obviously, it's a staple by now. I think it first appeared in Zelda 1, actually. And this place can either be really good or, well, not really good, really easy or really hard, depending on how your luck is, because there are some pretty damaging things in this place. And also some areas you don't realize you can walk through like that. I don't know who you are, but if you're going up to the mountain, you need to take me with you. I lost my lamp, sure. Oh, great. Escort mission. Yay. Watch your step, there are holes in the ground, you turn right here. Young man, are you also going to the mountain to look for the golden power? Just ahead is a mountain full of monsters. Many people have vanished in this mountain while looking for the golden power. I don't want to steer you wrong, so please don't get involved in such a mad quest. The stupid thing about escorting this old man is that the only thing that's impeded is your Pegasus boots. Which is understandable because, you know, he's an old man. Heck, he's probably on her back. Turn right here. You know, I have a grandfather's here. As the king took her to the castle and she never returned. Kidnapping doesn't must be part of the wizard's plot. I'm sure he's trying to use the power at the death sentence of the wise men. But I don't understand why they would do it. Mind you, technically speaking, you don't need to ever really get the... No, wait, yes, you do need to get the Pegasus boots. Never mind. I was thinking of a Link Between Worlds. That's where they're never required. The missing maidens are still alive somewhere. I believe that a hero will rescue them. Out for the day. These are dangerous times. I talk too much. Anyway, thank you for your kindness to know that unlucky me. I wanted to give you this. If you occasion to magical transport to get into this mirror. And we got the magic mirror. The mirror is blue, clear, and beautiful. You feel like you're looking into it will take you to another world. Be careful about those boulders, by the way. They hurt a lot. Now, this place functions as two things. A shortcut back into the caves, I think. I forget where that door leads to, honestly. And the old man himself. Talking to him at any point will actually recover your HP to max. And I like that. I like little additions like that. Nice little inns in games that don't usually have inns. You know, I kind of wish the Death Mountain got its own theme, but I'm not going to complain about hearing Hyrule Field because I love this song. I was just seeing, I'm trying to do a spin attack and a Pegasus boot dash onto the stairs because there's a speedrunning trick that involves doing both of those, but I've never been able to pull it off. Hell, this version of Link to the Past, it might not even be doable, and it might only be doable in the Japanese version. Anyway, before progressing to the right, let's head in here. Because this leads to another cave, by the way, yet again. Sorry for hearing this beep 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 beeps, but I suck in Link to the Past, I'm not gonna lie, in comparison to other Zelda games. Because I'm thinking back, how many times have we heard that in all the other Zelda games that I've done so far? I don't know. Either way, you want to come up here for Piece of Heart number 10. Link and his eyes saw Rala. You must somehow make your way to the top of Spectacle Rock. From there you can reach the Tower of Hera on top of Death Mountain. The Tower of Hera, by the way, is not only the thumbnail image, but the next dungeon. And also, you may have noticed, first off, Fairy's Fountain here. That's pretty useful, given my health state. You might notice that the thumbnails for the series look a bit different. That's because I'm finally using my Photoshop thing that I've had it for about 3 years. Thank you, school. Wait, no, thank you, art tablet. And using it for this. It's Photoshop Elements, but, it does its job pretty well. It looks better than all the other ones. And later series are going to have a bit better looking ones because I'm practicing and such, and only an experience, you know, improves your ability. There's a reason level ups exist in RPGs. And hey, a piece of heart. We can't get it quite yet. Ooh, blue thing. Whoa, trippy blue thing. Why am I a bunny? Well, this is different. Let's check the map. Well, this looks different. Love the song here, by the way. What do you want? You have something to say to me, silly rabbit? I came here to get the Tower of Gold, but now I'm a freak and I can't go back to the real world. If only I had the moon pearl from the Tower of Hera, I could go back to my original shape. I've got good reason to be stressed out, so buck off, back off, shoo shoo. Oh, who are you, Mr. Bunny? This world's like the real world, but evil has twisted it. The golden power is what changed your shape to reflect what is in your heart and mind, so I'm a bunny? I'm always changing my mind, so I turned into a ball, but if you have a ball called the moon pearl, you can keep your original shape here. So I'm a bunny, so that means, Link reads Playboy magazine? Either way, use your magic mirror, it transports you back to the real world. And also allows us to get piece of heart number 11. If you use the magic mirror in dungeons, it'll actually transport you to the start of the dungeon, so that's pretty useful. It's pretty much a mobile wall master. And with that, welcome to the Tower of Hera. It's not a hard dungeon, but like with the climb up here, for a good amount of it, I'm actually going to be at low health, and I apologize for that. I'm being overly reckless with this game, and I don't know why. I think it's because for some reason I keep on thinking I'm playing like Minish Cap or the Oracle games, where I know how to control those games absolutely perfectly. Sorry, that or I'm still used to the Game Boy Advance version, which, by the way, one little thing I'm surprised I don't think I mentioned at this point. Oh, first off, these things, you've seen these in the other Zelda games I've done, but if you hit them, they cause the varying blocks to raise or lower. Which is a puzzle element, essentially. You have to use your boomerang to hit them from a distance, which is a thing. Anyways, I was saying, Link in his eye saw Rala the Elder. I have some advice. In the dungeons, you can gaze into the magic mirror to return to the entrance at any time. Do not forget this. I already said that, Sahasrara. Come on, man. Keep with the times. By the way, dungeon map right here. Anyway, as I was saying, in the Game Boy Advance version, one of the differences, other than the slightly lower quality soundtrack, washed out palettes, and screen crunch, is that the Game Boy Advance version actually brings in the young Link slashing sound effects from Ocarina of Time, which got kind of annoying, admittedly, because he made one for pretty much every single swipe of his sword. So yeah. Also, this is the room I was thinking of back in the Desert Palace last part that I thought I had to stay for all the tiles. Really? I'm not even sure why I'm fearing death, because I do have fairies, but I guess I just don't like dying in video games. Not gonna lie, at times I can actually be one of those guys that kind of loses motivation to play a certain game if I die in it very early on or to something really stupid. Because I've had numerous times back in the day, I recall this for a fact, where I died and I just kind of put the game down and loaded in a new one. One of the most famous deaths with that in my family was in Click Clock Wood in Banjo-Kazooie, actually. Had 97 notes, fell down the tree trunk and died. And there went all that progress, and that file is still uncompleted on my N64. Mind you, I really probably could have just loaded up my other save file, but oh well. Either way, here they're giving us magic jars, so that means something. We have to light all 4 of these torches. These do run out after a while, so be careful, but once they're all lit, they don't. And we get the big key. We're getting this pretty early on. And that seems a bit odd to me, and I know why. It's because later Zelda games, the big key would only ever be used for the boss room. Whereas in this game, it's used for the boss room, certain other locked doors that are just for the big key, and the treasure chest, the big chest. And that's odd to me. I could see why they didn't do that, though, because that was kind of annoying having to search for the big key. So I forget, did A Link Between Worlds bring back that concept? I forget, it's been a while. Actually, speaking of game design, crap, I have to submit my review for game design class. Huh. I do love that, by the way. Game design class, I get to play video games for homework, essentially. The main homework, I think I mentioned this before, is 4 game reviews. One for each of these, for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th console generations. The Gen 2 review is what I just did, and it was Adventure for the Atari 2600, because that had a major role in one of my favorite books, Ready Player One. And my mom was actually laughing because she was in there for part of that, I was actually playing the game in my living room. And my mom was watching me play it, and she remembers my uncle playing that a lot back in the day, and how he got stuck on it. I beat it in like 3 minutes, and she was like, "What is going on?" I actually have a lot of my reviews already planned out. I'm thinking I'm gonna do Adventures of Lolo for the NES generation review, probably ActRaiser for the Super Nintendo generation, and 64 generation. I'm not sure about though. Majora's Mask, maybe? Because I can do that game no problem in 3 days. Oh, and I think I accidentally just kicked my mic. Sorry about that if you heard a noise there. Mind you, I may have edited it out, so who knows? Maybe I'm lying. Yeah, by the way, this dungeon is not horribly interesting. Until these next 2 floors. Because the thing is, we're actually pretty close to the end of the dungeon right now. In fact, I'll tell you right now, First off, this is the compass. And I did not talk to Sahasrara there. I didn't even notice that until now. Huh, whoops. That big chest there is technically one of the only ones you never need to get, especially in a speedrun. However, if you want to have an easy time when playing the game, I recommend you get it. Also, fall down here, which causes you to 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 fall down into a fairies fountain with 2 fairies. That is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Would you count that as a sense of humor, falling down so many floors just to land in water and somehow not break your knees? I would. Anyway, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is the boss right up there in the top right. However, we do want to get that treasure chest first. Whoa, slow down. Guess that's what I get from... I love how those guys just fell down with no real way of doing it. I think it's because they actually have some sort of a momentum to them, though, that they actually fell down that hole. Anyway, fall down the top of that hole to come up here and get the Moon Pearl. This protects the hero from the changing effects of the golden power. So now if we go into that whatever that is, world where we were a bunny now, we will not turn into a bunny. Also, if the reason you need to fall down the top of that hole is because if you fell down at the bottom, you'd land on the stars, which if you haven't noticed is what switches the hole patterns around. And it would cause you to not be able to reach the treasure chest. Either way, get some hearts from those pots and prepare for one of my least favorite bosses in the game. Meet Moldorm! This guy's annoying. The way you can hit him, first off, he doesn't have any attacks, he just moves around randomly. The way you hit him is with is on his tail. I think he takes somewhere around 16, 17, 18 hits to kill. The annoying thing, however, is first off, he has a large amount of knockback against you when he hits you, either in just by touch damage or by knocking you away with your sword like that. If you fall down any of the pits in this room, which you can fall down and head back to the previous floor, his health resets. I've had times where I was stuck on this guy for a half hour because I kept on getting knocked into the stupid pits. Screw this guy. But with that, we got another pendant. The final of the 3, actually. By the way, I love that fanfare. You won the Pendant of Wisdom. With this, you've collected all 3 pendants. Go now to the Lost Woods to get the Master Sword. Pretty sure that's supposed to be the Pendant of Power, given the whole red power color thing. In fact, I think the Game Boy Advance version may have actually changed that to fit that. Huh. Before we do that, let's head over here and check this pedestal out. Let's read what it says in the Book of Medora. Hold up the Master Sword and you will get the magic of Ether. Well, we don't have the Master Sword yet, so that's kind of pointless. Now, you might be wondering how you get back to Hyrule Field easily. Well, I'm glad you asked. That's quite simple. Head into this door. This path, because this cave leads to a path back to Kakariko Village. In fact, it's a pretty simple path. Just constantly hug the wall. This room can be kind of tricky to a speedrunner. Like me, at least. No, not really a speedrunner. A guy who likes going moderately fast. Because as you can see there, when you Pegasus boots dash along the diagonal wall, you go with the wall. But if you hit a straight-on wall, normally oriented wall, you get banged into the opposite direction of the wall. Yeah, that'll send you into the hole. That was horribly explained, and I apologize for that. Sometimes words just do not compute with my face. By the way, there's another entrance to the Lost Woods over here, but I want to go through the southern entrance. In fact, as you can see, the Master Sword is now marked on our map. But I want to talk to these guys, who apparently say that a mysterious fog has fallen over the forest, which sounds like it should have been there the entire time, honestly. By the way, yeah, those guys electrocute you. I forget if I showed that off yet. Honestly, though, with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 6, we'll be investigating the Lost Woods to hopefully find the Master Sword. See you guys then.